I'm not a lawyer, but this is part 2 of my recap of the Take Care of Maya trial, the defense's presentation. Okay, so let's talk about Kathy Beaty's testimony. Kathy Beaty being the social worker who has been talked about a ton throughout this trial and in the doc. If you haven't watched the doc, Kathy Beaty was the social worker that was assigned to Maya, and there have been a lot of claims about her during this trial. Maya's testimony, she expressed that she didn't like Kathy Beaty. She said that Kathy listened in on calls with her mother. Another claim is that Kathy made Maya sit on her lap and told her that she would be her mother. And the claim is that Kathy is the one who took those pictures of Maya when she barely had any clothes on. But when Kathy got on the stand, she pretty much denied it all.
Did you at any time ever tell Maya Kowalski that you wanted to be her mother?
No, absolutely not.
Time that Maya was there on the 7th floor, did she have any religious articles in her room?
Yes. So she had a lot of prayer cards, and she had her rosary. Maya prayed every morning.
Would you at sometimes pray with Maya?
Yes. Yes.
Were you supervising those calls?
No.
Who was supervising those calls?
DCF.
Miss Beaty, did you ever tell Maya that her mother was in a mental institution?
No.
Did you ever tell her she was never going to go home to her mother?
No.
Did you tell Maya it was all in her head?
No.
Did you ever suggest to Mr. Kowalski that he should divorce his wife?
No, I never suggested that.
Do you recall on January 6, 2016, taking pictures of Maya Kowalski?
I do.
Why were you taking pictures of Maya?
So the attending for that week was Dr. Danielson, and Dr. Danielson wanted to go ahead and document the condition of her skin before she left the hospital and then when she got back to the hospital.
On cross-exam, the Kowalski family attorney brought up
Maya did not like you touching her, did she?
She never told me that.
You know, you said you were pretty confident about all of these things, what you did and didn't do. But you haven't been quite confident of these in the past, such as all of the physical contact, right? Were you allowed to kiss Maya?
No, I didn't kiss Maya.
And didn't you kiss Maya?
No.
And haven't you said before you weren't sure whether you did or not?
Yes.
And you weren't supposed to be hugging Maya, correct?
I don't know in what context that you're asking.
But you'd said before that it was, you were not sure. Is that true?
I would have to see that.
But before I go, let me tell you what happened today. So last week, the Kowalski family attorney on Court TV was asked about the impact of the trial on Maya and her health. And here's what he said.
It has been horrible. Maya has CRPS lesions appearing. It's not good.
And then today, the hospital attorneys brought this up.
This was taken within I think within the last week. We can get it authenticated as to the exact date. And this one would be from Halloween, I think, over the weekend. It was posted to social media. I'll make the proffer. These are extremely important to the defense. On a direct examination of Maya Kowalski, she was asked about her aggravation of symptoms, and this was the question she was asked. Well, they actually asked it about 8 different occasions. How does that affect your desire to want or go out and do things? Answer. It's hard because, I'm a teenager, so I like to go out with my friends, but at the same time, I avoid a lot of things. And I've never told anyone about what happened to me until, now it's pretty public, but none of my friends knew, so they probably just thought it was weird, I was being dramatic. But in reality, I just have really bad PTSD. But sometimes I'll really want to go out, but at the last minute I'll cancel.
Mr. Shapiro, I remember the testimony. I don't need you to read it, so
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to say
Well,
about?
I'd be happy to read the case law. The case law is on all fours that in personal injury cases. And so these photographs are absolutely crucial to the defense of this case Maya Kowalski has come to trial and testified that as a result of what All Children's has done, that she doesn't go out, that she doesn't know if she can go to college, that she doesn't know if she can go back to her school, that her quality of life is now limited or destroyed. For the first time at this trial, we're hearing for the first time she doesn't even know if she's going to go to college. And I can think of nothing more important than for the jury to see she's out like a teenager. She's at homecoming, she's at prom, she looks healthy. It's a totally different depiction than what's been going on in this court. I respectfully can't foresee a reason how this would not be not just relevant to rebut the claims that she's made in this court, but absolutely necessary for us to be able to tell the jury, this is the life of Maya Kowalski today. We did not aggravate a pre-existing condition.
Your Honor, first, the case cited there spoke of social media posts that the plaintiff has chosen to share. I'll point out first that these are not photos Maya Kowalski chose to share. Number two, she indeed went to homecoming 2023, and she appears to be having a good time. They can make that point through that photograph. They do not need one of her friends dressed up as fairies on Halloween, or number one, either. They're not appropriate.
I'll give you the first two photos, but you're not getting the third photo on cumulative and 403 grounds.
So as of today, the plaintiffs and the defense have both rested their case. There's going to be some rebuttals before closing arguments, but we are pretty much wrapping up. So I'll be back with closing arguments, and then it'll be the hands of the jury. I don't know. How are you guys feeling?